Hey guys, this is Scott with the 2024 Subaru Forester Wilderness, known as Forsty on the forums. And I wanted to demonstrate and show you my Diode Dynamics D-switch panel. But I wanted to start outside and kind of show you the whole lighting package I have. And then we'll take a look at the controls and how I have the controls set up. So I started up front with the grill lights. These are rally lights. And that is, I think, on an Anderson Fab bar. And these are 7-inch bright source rally lamps. I love that configuration with the 3 in the front. And then in the grill, I have the original Her necklace, amber LEDs for running lights. I have them set up. I'm running the Diode Dynamics SS3 Pro fog lamps there. And then I'm running a series of Hella Black Magic cubes. These are for the ditch light. And up top, I'm running the Hella Black Magic. I think that's a 30-inch bar, single row lamp bar. All right, so that covers the lamp package up front. In the rear, I have the Diode Dynamics SS2 Pro, which is the reverse lamp that also acts as an auxiliary manual backup light or just a light, so I can manually switch it on and off. I actually tapped it into the reverse wire, and so, I should say the reverse camera wire. So when I do activate these manually, I can actually turn on the review camera and I can see behind me. So if I'm driving down the road, I now have reverse camera that I can manually switch on, which turns on the lamps as well. And then when these are in running mode, they're red. So they turn back and forth between red and reverse lamps. And of course, when you put the car into reverse, they light up and the camera turns on as well. All right, one more to round out the feature. This is not connected to the D-switch. The refrigerator actually is, so I can manually control the refrigerator on and off with the D-switch. But these lamps I installed in the original. This is the pocket door for the reverse lamps so that you can switch out those light bulbs. And I have this mounted on a switch. Everything is completely hidden away, but this adds additional lighting for my cargo tray system, which I have from Wheels and Feels. This pulls out. I can camp, set up cooking, and then the awning comes out, and then I have a zipper in tent with that ARB awning. So the whole package here, but this lighting really adds a lot of additional light for the work surface, as you can see. And then also with this light, this can back up my field. It also adds a lot of light when you're just backing up, much more than what is factory. So let's take a look inside at the D-switch and how I have this mounted. I'm actually extremely happy with this mount solution I found. I found it online. There's 2 different parts I have. This is actually, first, let me unlock the arm. So this is the mount that actually clips in to the top of the stereo bracing, and this is the deflector for the air conditioner. So this mounts here, screws down. It's got a solid clamp. It doesn't move at all. And then it's I think it's a 15 or 20 millimeter ball socket. And then the short arm, they've got a short and a long. I think this short is probably about 2.5 inches. And this is from Off-Roam. And then the mount, this actually fits the D-switch. It's specifically made for it. And it is a company, I'm not sure if you can see it there. It is called Tacform. And so the Tacform directly mounts and has a ball attachment, and then that connects to the arm. So I bought these 2 pieces together, and then I bought the D-switch mount with the ball socket separately from another company. And I think between the 2, I think I paid maybe $80 or $90 for this setup. And then so when I have it mounted here, let me get it a little tighter. So I'll play with that to get it where I had it before. But the way it is mounted, it's super solid. It doesn't move or budge at all. You can actually put a phone mount on this. It does not interfere with any of the stereo control. And more importantly, when I'm driving, it doesn't interfere with my view of looking at the controls up here as well. So really happy with how that came out. So now if we take a close look at the unit itself, I have all of the display symbols on here that I wanted for my operations. I am using all 8 switches. So I start with the underglow. This is the Diode Dynamics underglow kit. And then I have the Diode Dynamics rock lights, one for each wheel well. And then I've got the reverse lamp. This is the manual to put it into white. And then it also turns on the reverse camera. This is the refrigerator on and off. This is the front grill light. That's the rally lights. This is the SS3 fog lamps. This is the ditch lights. And then I have the 2 colors. Red is for off and green is for on. These are the roof lamps from the Hella Black Magic. And then, not sure you can see the rock light or the underglow, but we're going to take a look. And I have this default set for green. It's actually quite bright. That's the Body Armor 4x4 rock slider. So you can see I also have the wheel well, green LED, and the kit up front. I've got, I've got the, I should say, the whole package is for the underglow. I've got the underglow kit, and then I also have a 4-pack of LEDs to where I have one in the grill. I have one underneath the strut tower brace bar here. And then this is where I mounted the D switch right here. And it's right on top of the factory fuse panel. It is held down by Velcro, so I can pull that off and get full access to all the other stuff there. But you can see that is all kind of lit up. And then, so I've got one strip in the grill, one strip underneath here, and then I have the extra 2 strips. I like it really bright up front. So I actually have 2 strips in the front and 2 strips in the back to give that full coverage and green underglow, as you can see here. And then if we come to the back, you can see instead of having a short strip just centered, I've got 2 strips back here, pretty much spanning from that where you can see this little piece. I need to get this glued back up there. From there all the way to the muffler, but not past that muffler. All right, so that is the underglow system. And then if we get back in here, I think I showed you all the other lights. So really dig this setup. Really love the mount and how that mount came out. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do it when I bought that switch. I will say this D switch, for those that are considering and looking to purchase it, it is about the size of an older iPhone. Same about thickness and width. I like an iPhone 6 or an iPhone 7, about that size, to give you a reference point. I found that a little hard to find, even though the dimensions are there. Like, sometimes it's nice to have a physical object that you can kind of map so you can move it around the car and see where your potential mount locations are. I also have the backlight set up. So the backlight I actually have on all the running lights. So let's take a quick look at that. I'm going to turn off the underglow, and the refrigerator doesn't need to be on. And then, so the bright source has amber LEDs, which are wicked cool. And then the SS3 fog lamps have running light, amber lights as well. And then, of course, I have the Her necklace lamps up front. So nice, unique visual from the front here. And then let me close this. And of course, as you notice, I don't have a bar to hold up. I have mounts and shocks that hold the hood up. Whenever I take it in for repairs, they always lift it and are trying to hold it, and it just lifts itself straight up, and the guys always chuckle and think it's pretty fun and wonder why Subaru didn't do that originally. All right, so thanks for tuning in and taking a look at this walk around tour. Oh, I do want to add, so what I originally did with all these running lights is I actually had them tapped in to the wire, which is the light blue wire in the headlight pin harness. And so that anytime you turn the running lights on in the car, they would activate what you see up front here. But when I got the D switch, I took it off of all of that so I can manually control the on and off. And the nice thing is I can have the headlights completely off. I don't have to have it in running light configuration to get these lights on. So I can turn them on anytime I want now. And same with that reverse light. So let's see. All right, they're not on right now. So now I've got the running lights on for the car, and this is where the reverse lamp, the running lights turn on, and you'll also see these SS2s will show up as red. So this is what it looks like from behind when the running lights are on. And then when you go into reverse, or if I manually turn on the reverse lights, the car's not on, so the reverse camera's not showing up, but you'll see how bright that area is coming from the original reverse lamps, which are really bright. Wow, that'll blind somebody for sure, but great for off-road adventures and camping. All right, so let me turn the reverse lights off and the back light off. And then the other thing that I did, which I really loved, is, and this might annoy some people, but when you run fog lights, in order to get the fog lights on with this switch, you have to have the headlights on to turn the fog lights on. Sometimes I like just having the fog lights on without the headlights on at all. So now by having the D switch, you can see nothing happens here. Even in these other modes, you can't turn on the fog lamps. Even in the running lamp, you can't turn that fog lamp on through that switch unless the headlights are on like that. But with this all the way off and the manual switch, I press SS3 and I can manually control my fog lights now at any time I want, even when the headlights and everything else is off, which again is one of the powers of the D switch, is you get complete manual control. And as you just saw, I still have the SS3 fog lamps connected to this switch. So it works in either mode. Again, that D switch adding that flexibility with you manually controlling those lights anytime you want. And I think it is worth showing the reverse lamp. So let me turn on the car here, because I do think this is wicked cool. When I connected it to the reverse wire, you turn on reverse and there's your reverse camera coming on. So again, I tap right into that reverse camera wire rather than just the reverse lamps themselves. They might be connected, I'm not sure, but that's the wire I found and it just made sense to do it. And when I saw that camera come on, I'm like, wicked. So now anytime I'm driving down the road and somebody's on me and I want to see how close, I can just turn on that reverse camera. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Have a good day. Love the D switch. Encourage you to take a look at it. Very simple, straightforward install. Very clean the way it got installed as well. You can see more on my forum page, and I think it's on page 28 or 30, but there's a table of contents at the beginning of my page if you want to check it out and see the install photos. Have a good day.